and welcome to Charts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the nerdiest spreadsheet podcasts have ever seen.
And we are continuing our big-esque body swapping themed month with 17 again.
Yay!
Yeah. Man,
I enjoy this movie probably more than I should.
It's charming and holds itself together better than you think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has a lot of like really good one-liners.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can just look at that and don't look at the rest.
Yeah, and really good like physical comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't know, just I feel like Leslie Mann is sufficiently charming to kind of walk that line of not being creepy. Yeah. And still be very charming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this one, should we do a little vague plot summary?
It's a backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's so it starts off in the late 80s, like 1989, I think. And Mike and Scarlett, he's the like high school basketball star, and he's about to get scouted for some basketball scholarship, and his girlfriend like wants to talk to him after the game, and he makes her tell him before the game that she's pregnant, and then he proposes, and then it jumps to the future, and they've gotten married like right after high school and have 2 kids, and he basically hates his life and is a somewhat useless dad. Yeah. And like blames her for everything. Yeah. And then so she understandably is like, well, this sucks. I'm gonna file for divorce because you seem to blame me for the fact that your life didn't turn out the way you wanted. And so then he goes and stays with his high school friend, who is Thomas Lennon. Adult Mike is Matthew Perry, obviously. Yeah. And then there's like a janitor at the high school, and then there's a storm, and he falls off a bridge and wakes up as his 17-year-old self, aka Zac Efron. Yeah. And he like pretends shenanigans ensue. He sort of tries to be flirty with his wife, but she doesn't, like, nobody knows. His daughter, who's 17, like, develops a crush on him. He sort of helps his younger son, who's 15, get onto the basketball team and, like, get a girlfriend and all that stuff. And yeah, shenanigans ensue, and then eventually Leslie Mann, Scarlett, figures it out. And then he, like, when he sort of decides to kind of like give up on getting back, and like, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna get a, like, stay 17 and get a scholarship, have the life that I wanted to, and then there's a storm, and then he turns back into his adult self.
Yeah, he gives it back up for her.
He gives it up again for her because she realizes that it was him. Yeah. And yeah, it's obviously like a little bit, more than a little bit ishy on the like sexism front, and also the underage.
Yeah, it's
like age difference.
Great for,
but it never like crosses the line in the same way as Big.
No, I don't think anything does.
Yeah, it's more played for laughs and jokes because, and it can be because it never goes that far. It's like that awkward thing of like, he thinks he's, giving a like paternal hug to his teenage daughter, and then she's like goes to kiss him, and he freaks out, and it's very funny. Kind of thing.
And I think it's a hard. They do a good job crossing that, because Zefron and Leslie Mann end up having good tension together. Like, they're really good at like gazing in each other's eyes.
Yeah. Well, and also they give them like a thing to do. Like, so she's wanting to do the business that she always wanted to do, which is doing landscape design, and and then she like hires him as like the laborer, and so they like have things to work on, and then so that like he's around, and like it's weird and awkward because he keeps forgetting that he's in a 17-year-old's body, so he's like flirts with her, calls her like a name that only he only calls her, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, she does a good job of like realizing that she should not be attracted to him, but also
she catches
is
herself
a little bit because he looks like her high school boyfriend.
And then it's like then that he like plays it off in humorous ways of like his son catches them and he's like, do you always hug moms? And he's like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
like, you know, like that kind of stuff, like
because he's like comes home as the son's friend from school, not as anything else. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, so we talked about sort of the main cast. Should we talk about some of the other cast? Because it's pretty fun.
Yeah, so the daughter is Michelle Trachtenberg. Yeah. We didn't say that. I don't know who the son is, but his girlfriend is Kaylee from Make It or Break It.
Yeah, Josie Lauren. Yeah. The son is Sterling Knight, but I only know him from this. I'm sure he's in other stuff, but yeah.
The principal is Melora Hardin.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Then Margaret Cho shows up for one scene, and Jim Gaffigan is there because this is just how it works.
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan's the coach, and then he's still the coach at the end, and they don't really explain it, but Mike becomes...
No, he says at the beginning of Mike, when Mike is 17 again, that it's his last year.
Oh, okay, so he's... Okay, so we know he's retiring. I missed that.
Yeah, because Zefron's like, you're still here?
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Even though he doesn't look that old, because he looks like Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan.
You know. When did this movie come out? Like 2009, so like 15 years ago.
Yeah, so he's not that old.
No.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I was coaching high school basketball for 20 years, I would also want to retire.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And then the daughter's, like, terrible high school boyfriend is played by Hunter Parrish, who I've seen him in lots of things. I don't know exactly, but he's pretty funny. Yeah. Okay. So, other observations that we haven't covered. Yeah, so we kind of covered, like, they walk the line of between tension and flirtiness and creepy with the wife. It also helps that Leslie Mann is playing a little bit older than she is, and then Zac Efron, so I think Zac Efron was like 23 or something when he filmed this, and then
so like the actor's age difference is and not then as Leslie Mann is
like 40 probably when they filmed this. So yeah I mean, still not great, but it's not like
and like they don't illegal. Like he kisses her at the end, and she's like no, and like runs away. But before that, it's really just a lot of staring
and like accidental like hugs and stuff.
Accidental tension. And so I think they do a really good job with that. And then the thing with the reverse age as opposed to the like 13 going on 30, which actually wasn't that bad either. But the thing with this one is that he is emotionally mature enough to kiss this woman, and so that makes it just so much better just in general, let alone then she turns him down and says no, we can't do this, and
exactly,
she does all the appropriate things.
The creepy thing would be if she was okay with kissing a 17-year-old.
Exactly. So I'm like, I feel okay with them kissing, and I'm like, kiss,
right? I know,
because I want them to get back together, and I know that he can handle it because he is a mature man. Even though but she doesn't know that, and she reacts appropriately.
By the end of him, by the end of him being 17 for however long he is again, he is more mature than he was as a 30 something or whatever,
37-year-old, whatever,
6-year-old, there is also a scene where his like the grade 12 girls are all trying to flirt with him, and it's funny, but he also reacts again appropriately. Like the character isn't like into it, like he sort of is for a second, then he's like blah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. If I understand that he is a man with a daughter, and this is where your other note will come back in, but this movie kind of comes away with a weird anti-sex message of sex when outside of marriage is bad. Yeah, I mean,
it just like, and then you like, I understand where he's coming from, and I understand why they wrote it that way to be funny, but then the funniness is leaning into a man with a daughter, and therefore like I've got a shotgun kind of daughter protection.
Yeah. Okay. So we might as well sort of talk about this. So he and his girlfriend at the time got pregnant in high school. Mm-hmm. So presumably were having at least some amount of sex that could lead to pregnancy before they were married, when they were the same age as his 17-year-old daughter. And then he does basically everything he can to try to keep his 17-year-old daughter away from dating a boy. And yes, the boy is a douchebag.
The boy is terrible, yeah.
But also, Zac Efron, when he was 17 the first time, was probably not too much better.
Yep.
I think they were, like, actually genuinely in love, whereas in his daughter's case, it's more one-sided, but still. Mm-hmm. But then he also does everything he can to make his 15-year-old son, like, he's, like, cheering him on and setting him up with a girl and all that stuff. And so it's very much the sex is okay for boys in high school because they can't get pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the message is, and like, obviously he can't tell her that he's her dad, but it never comes up of like, your mom gave birth at 17. Why don't you ask her about her experience before you have sex? Like, it's never, this is my reasoning. It's always, don't have sex because I'm your dad and I don't want you to. It's never,
it's not even about sex. Like, he doesn't even want her like having a boyfriend.
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of the conversation he has with the other girls, like the boyfriend is that the boyfriend is a douche and the giant bully.
Yes.
But the conversation with the other girls is about how they shouldn't also have sex.
Yeah.
And
or at least they shouldn't have sex
comes
with
off
a guy that they don't know.
They don't. Yeah. It's more. It's like it comes off of like you should wait a long time. You should really love the person.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, which is a weird thing for a 39-year-old man to say to his daughter's friends. It's a weird thing for a 17-year-old to say to 17-year-old girls. It's just like, what if we didn't have this scene?
It feels like,
what if we didn't talk down to women about their choices?
Yeah. I mean, and the way that those like throwaway girl characters are written is horrible in general. So
I think that, and then when his daughter gets dumped, and she's like, we went behind the quad or whatever, and he's like, oh no, Maggie, no, and he's like so upset that his daughter may have had sex, like it's the worst thing that's ever happened in the history
like,
of time.
To him also, not just to her.
To him, yeah. And I'm just like, dude, look in the mirror. Yeah. So I don't
and like
love that. I think they try to be like, oh, isn't it funny because he's a dad, but it just doesn't come off. Well.
And like it could have been done maybe better if he'd sort of shown that he'd learned from his experiences, but he just doesn't examine it that deeply. It's like, oh, I wish I'd gone to college and I wish I'd done all these things, but instead I made the choice to have sex and I made the choice to like get married right out of high school.
Do what we did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't seem to like examine that in any way. It's just like he goes from being frustrated with it for 17 years, like his kid's whole life, to completely fine with it because of time magic thing.
Timey-wimey. Yeah. The other thing I do want to bring up is like there's a lot of, it's 2009, it may have been filmed in 2007, it's whatever, it's the late aughts, and it is got some troublesome language of just like mental health slur kind of stuff, and there's a lot of emasculating for laughs and like no homo kind of stuff.
Very no homo, or like the worst thing you could be called is like a girl.
Is a girl.
Yeah. Or gay, basically.
Interesting thing is that in the 80s, scene at the beginning, the basketball team is called the Chiefs, and there is an absolutely horrendous mascot kid. And it's not only dressed up in the horrendous way that you would expect, it's also a overweight kid with no shirt on. So it's like hilarious fat shaming on top of the incredible racism. Yeah. And then I noticed at the end that they've changed their name, the basketball team, to the Warriors, which is still probably like got the vibes. I couldn't see what their mascot was.
Yeah, so it's like a little better.
It's a little better, but I'm like, so in the screenplay, you went to the trouble of changing the name of the basketball team, but you still decided to have that shot in the movie.
Yeah. Especially
and
with
have that kid dress up.
The kid, like, it, I mean, yeah. I don't think the movie was saying that was good or okay, but because they don't, like, talk about it or meaningfully change the mascot into something that actually is relevant. Yeah. It's like, oh, we just changed the name. It's not a conversation.
Like, again, just like, don't put this in the movie.
Yeah, like, what if we just didn't have it as, even if you're saying, like, oh, weren't we silly in the 80s to think that this is, you know, good.
This is okay. Yeah,
you're still
doesn't mean
showing
you
it.
Do it. Mm-hmm. That's still a person who had to wear those clothes in 2007.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Anyway, and then the main other big problem is the principal plotline.
Mm-hmm.
With the best friend falling in love with the principal and not taking no for an answer, even though she has a firm rule about dating her students' parents.
Yeah.
And he keeps going. He Ted Mosby's her.
He does.
And in the aughts, everyone's like, isn't that so charming and funny? And I'm just like, nope, he's harassing
romantic gestures that involve, like, breaking into somebody's office aren't actually romantic.
Yeah. And then he basically blackmails her and says, I'll buy a laptop for every student if you go out with me.
Yeah. It's not good. No. Not good.
And which is sad because they're both really funny.
They are both really funny. Yeah, I wish it had been, like,
a different thing.
Yeah. Like, I think it could have still been, oh, I don't date my students' parents, but, you know, she keeps, like, wanting to make out with them or something. Like, she says it, but then she's, you know, doing the opposite.
But then she, like, she keeps finding herself in a thing. Yeah, that would have been much more entertaining.
Yeah. And then, less bribery-related romantic gestures. Or bribery/stalkery romantic gestures. Yeah. Oh, I guess the other thing I want to talk about is, like, sort of the references to other time travel-y, body swappy type movies. So, yeah, we've got, like, the old man who's sort of just there, but nobody else can see him. And then there's the bridge and the storm and whatever. Very, again, also in... Was it in Big? Or 13 going on 30? Again, one of them had It's a Wonderful Life
one of them
vibes.
It's a Wonderful Life vibes. Yeah. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But, and then almost... like, it's a very mirror set up on purpose image of he gets hit in the head somehow at a party. I can't remember. And this is when his daughter has a crush on him and he wakes up and she's doing basically the exact same thing that Leah Thompson does to Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
Yes.
Like, she's nursing him back to health and, like, trying to, like, look at his chest. And, like, runs him around the room to try and kiss him and, like, all... It's very
like, I think they're
purpose.
both very on purpose. Yeah. And then there's also the High School Musical vibes, because Zac Efron, like,
one of my first notes when he dances for no reason in the flashback, I'm like, I'm so glad he finally got to combine basketball and dancing.
I know.
He doesn't have to choose anymore.
Yeah, it's like a Troy Bolton AU.
Yeah.
Because there's also, I didn't catch it at the time because I haven't seen High School Musical for a very long time, but there's a scene where he's basically wearing the exact wardrobe that Troy Bolton wears at one point.
There's the plaid, one of his plaid shirts, I will say that, again, Zac Efron plays basketball. That's the thing.
Yes.
That's why there's a reason why he keeps being in basketball movies. Why they always involve dance is a different story.
Well, because he can also dance.
He can also dance. But the cafeteria scene where he palms a basketball and does all the spinning on his fingers, that's all him.
I know.
And you're just like, yep. Why am I so attracted to this man?
Yeah. Especially, like, now that he's older. Obviously he's playing a high school student in this, but he's also playing a 30-something-year-old in a high school student's body.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's definitely competence porn.
Oh, for sure.
And that scene for sure.
Yeah.
And taking down the bully, and you're just like, yes, please.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to add, speaking of this, like, first of all, we'll get to it, but the swoopy bangs are way more ridiculous when you haven't watched this movie in a while. Just like, what were we all doing?
Well, especially when he had the swoopy bangs in 1989 also.
Yeah. Also.
It was bad. Like, I could see it as part of, because he, you know, dresses himself like he thinks teenagers dress. And I could see it sort of coming from that. But no, he has them in the 80s also.
No, he has them in the 80s.
It's very swoopy, and it was a time.
Yeah, it was. But I will say, the car scene with the white t-shirt and when he's walking, right after he, like, gets his makeover, we went to the movies. I don't know if you were with us.
To see this? I don't think so.
We were all just kind of like, like, just slack-jawed, like, this is intense. But the best part about that is that we were all talking about it afterwards, like, this was really surprising how attractive we've found him in this one scene. And there was a coworker with us who was queer, and she was like, yep, I also got, like, not in any way to question her sexuality, but just like, that was the scene.
Yep. Yes, I understand where you are all coming from.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, I feel okay about still having feelings about that scene.
Yeah, good times. Okay, let's do tropes, because there's a whole bunch. Okay. It starts with a flashback, sort of. Yep. Yeah, like the whole thing is sort of flashbacky. Okay.
Well, it's similar to 13 going on 30.
Yeah, it starts in the past time, and then
set up.
Yeah.
He's got a super nerdy best friend.
Yep. Which I liked that he's still friends with him all those years later.
That made me it's like a good, like, sign that he's a good person. Overall. Yeah.
As we talked about, there's so much random dancing.
Because they're just, like, random choreographed dancing with the cheerleaders. Yep. But then he and Leslie Mann do also dance.
Yeah, and, like, Leslie Mann, like, is dancing to practice for going out on a date dancing, and it's pretty funny.
And then he, like, swoops her up, and they do the stare into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the flashback, when he's deciding to give it all up, you can't tell that she's telling him she's pregnant, but she's holding her belly, so you know.
Yeah.
Just in case
they zoom out.
Couldn't catch on.
Yeah, you don't hear the conversation, but she's holding her belly in a very specific way.
Yeah, in a way of, like, I'm 3 weeks pregnant, but I have to put my hand on my belly.
Yeah. We've got the sad old man.
Yeah. It's very sad. That's more of a It's a Wonderful Life trope, really, than
it's like
rom-com, but still.
Yeah. Sad old man living with his regrets. And then, also old, but we've got the magical old janitor.
Yeah, he's so magical. Yep. He's much more giving old crone.
Yes.
From Night Before Christmas. Basically the same kind of setup.
Yeah.
We've got a big storm, just like in Big.
Yep. We've got a mirror reveal, so this and 13 going on 30, and then also Big originated it. I mean, I think there was other movies that did it before Big as well, but
probably
where it's like,
were specific.
Nobody sees the face, you just see pants, and the pants don't really fit well, and then the camera pans up to watch him see himself in the mirror, and it's funny.
We've got old tech. The best part about this old tech is that they share a video somehow, and they're all watching it on their flip phones.
So there were people that had iPhones, and there were people that had Blackberries, and there were people that had, like, other flip phones. So it was like that weird time where, like,
where everybody had just
almost smartphones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it was funny to watch them film a really bad video of.
There's a bunch of montages, obviously, because it's sports and romancy.
And then in the credits, everybody has their high school photos.
Yeah, which I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
Okay, Lindsay, does this movie pass the Bechdel test?
Like, I thought about it like 3 times after I watched it, and I think it's like fleeting.
Yeah.
A fleeting technical pass, because Leslie Mann's best friend comes, but they just talk about her divorce and, like, how she's gonna, like, revamp herself and get back out there, which is, I don't think counts.
No, it doesn't.
And
if it was, like, revamp and, like, focus on her landscaping career, which is what she ends up actually doing, and what she wanted to do,
but doesn't talk about it with her friend. And the 3 little girls and Michelle Trachtenberg talk, but mainly about, like, they don't really, sometimes they talk about boys, but also they just talk about
Just like
they're just like our line fillers
Yeah.
of like, why is that guy waving at me?
random.
Oh my god,
hallway.
this and this, like just like random hallway
Yeah.
conversations as opposed to
And then
anything.
I don't remember
substance.
like Michelle Trachtenberg and Leslie Mann basically don't talk.
No, hardly. Like it's
kind
at
of
the
weird.
very end. They
Yeah.
have like one line. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. I do also want to mention that aside from two of the girlfriends, this movie is insanely white.
Yeah.
And there's like, I think it's not worse, but it's one of those things of like, if you could make two of these three women people of color, why can't you make other people in this movie people of color? Like, nobody else. The entire basketball team?
Yeah.
White. Like, Leslie Mann's friend could have been a person of color. The principal, you know, like...
Yeah, there's so many
people.
things. Yeah. Oh, I guess there was Margaret Cho, but she was in it for like 7 seconds.
She was in for one scene.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Not great. Okay. Let's make a very strange pie.
Okay. Okay. First slice of pie is that white shirt scene.
Yeah.
Swoon.
Like
swooniness.
10?
Yeah.
Next up, we've got basketball.
Like maybe 30? Because it's also plot.
Yeah, like it's
he helps the son.
Yeah, with the helping the son with the air horn and stuff. Yeah, 30 seems good.
Yeah. Swoopy bang.
Like
5? Zefron. Why? Yeah.
Okay. Or no, maybe 10. 10.
Yeah, 10. It's like when you watch Harry Potter 4 and all the boys have long hair. And
Yeah. It's like, oh, what? It was such a weird period of time. We've got... Speaking of a weird time, we've got so much Elvish. Also, because this movie was the same production company as all the Lord of the Rings movies, or like some higher up, like Miramax, or I don't know what it was, but it was all like the same thing, like so they didn't have to like. It was easy to get sort of the permission rights. 5?
Yeah,
and that leaves us with 45.
Yeah,
for awkward flirting scenes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them.
There are a lot. And they are awkward. Yeah. Okay. What do we think is next for them?
I don't know. We don't see enough. Like, we see him...
Yeah.
In a little quick scene with his best friend. And he's, like, much more peppy and better.
Yeah.
So I would like to think it's better. But, on the other hand, it was half of his life that he was a super douchebag.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
like...
I don't know.
I think... is he going to actually be around, or is he just going to be happier and therefore less annoying?
Yeah.
But is he actually going to, like, follow through and finish projects around the house, or, like, parent his children, or do all that kind of stuff? Like, contribute to the household that he lives in?
Contribute to the house. Yeah. And also, does he tell his kids? Because that's really traumatizing.
I hope he doesn't.
Michelle Trachtenberg.
I know, because I was like, that's a lot of daddy issues to give your child.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he doesn't.
Hope he doesn't. So I'm definitely giving them a meh.
Yeah. And then, Lindsay, what's next for us?
Okay. Well, this morning I realized, because it's the 2nd of September, so there's a lot of You Got Mail memes going around, and I am into it. But we started the fall with Tom.
Yep.
And we are heading into October with our very last, unless she makes more movies, Meg month.
Yep. It's gonna be...
First up is French Kiss, which is the reason we're doing this.
Yes.
Because French Kiss is amazing. And then we're finally doing it, and you're probably gonna hate our opinions about it, and that's the way that it is.
I'm prepared to have better opinions than I remember having, because I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
I haven't seen... And we're talking about When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, obviously.
It's going to be hard, because I haven't seen it in a long time, and I think I spent too much time in the romance world where it gets referenced by every single person who's doing a lazy job at referencing.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to be able to just watch it as a movie without all of the 30, 40 years of
that it was
commentary
given to it.
Yeah. So that's my hope.
We'll find out.
It's been a long time.
And then on the Patreon for October, we're doing Forget Paris. So it's kind of a Meg Billy month, which is kind of a fun way to do it. Just because there's literally no more Meg Ryan movies left. So
Nope. We've done them all. Well, that I think brings us to the end of our episode. You can leave us a rating or a review wherever you get your podcasts, and you can find us on social media. We're at Charts and Hearts Podcast on Instagram and Threads.
Or you can head to our website, chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. I really enjoyed this month. It was ooshy, but it gave us more things to talk about than normal rom-coms. So if you know any more body swap movies that aren't like super ooshy, because I'd rather not go back there, let us know.
Yeah.
Because that's a fun trope avenue.
Yeah, there was one that I was thinking of earlier, and then it fell out of my brain, so it might come back.
Yeah. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. For this month, we did ? We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
We kind of messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it will be out by the time this one's out, so you'll know. Just look at it. And also, check out our Patreon, because we've got over 3 years of stuff. My memories came up today about Keanu Month we did a couple years ago, and we did Speed for the Patreon, and that was a good episode.
Yeah, that might be one of my favorites that we've ever done.
I think so.
Because it's such a good movie.
Yeah. So, check it out. It's only $2 a month.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on this movie, and in the meantime, come on, man, don't you want to go back and do high school again? No, I'm rich, and no one has shoved my head in a toilet today.
I have to do my own because it's so good.
Okay.
It's like, what are you wearing? You look like Clay Aiken.
Yes.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Okay, bye.
Bye.